Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Elistar Velgaros, and welcome back to more Satisfactory. Last time we completed Phase 1 and have moved on to Phase 2 of Project Assembly. After constructing the space elevator and then shipping off the 50 smart plating that was needed to complete the first phase. We expanded our power infrastructure a little bit using the inputs of the biomass burners. Explored the MAM, the research possibilities and new technologies, and even went on a little bit of a shopping spree in the awesome shop. But today, we are going into Phase 2, beginning our journey with steel production. So, let us waste no time. There is much to do. So, here we go. Tier 3 begins with our very first look at automated power. Yes, finally, automated power. No more going out, destroying the natural ecosystem, and feeding it into all of these machines. We are finally free of it all, and I want to rush into this as quickly as possible before that last batch of fuel goes to the drain. I already collected all the resources needed. So, with this milestone, we're getting the coal power generator, the water extractors, pipelines, pumps, buffers, and coal. Yippee!
Milestone reached. Power production can now be fully automated by burning coal, which has been added to the resource scanner. Water is also necessary to run the coal-powered generator and will require a network of pipelines to be transported from a water source. To assist with locating and identifying water, Fixit has compiled this guide. Water is a somewhat reflective liquid and it may have thick vegetation growing nearby. To test if something is water, try touching it. If it is not solid and does not corrode your suit, it is probably water.
Excellent description there, Ada. All right. So now, here comes another problem that we're going to be running into. Production water extractors. We need copper sheets. We don't have copper sheets being made right now. So we got to go find some more copper and get that in production. Luckily for me, there's a note of it right here. Hello, Pigoo. Goodbye, Pigoo. Give me your copper. All right, Mark 1 miner. Oop, can't make that yet because we need a portable miner. I'm actually going to make a couple of these. Because we're going to need them. 5 is good enough. So, of course, we're just going to be doing the exact same thing that we've been doing the entire time. Let's pull power from this pole here. Plop that down right there. Get our smelter. And make some copper. Copper sheets. Oh, 20 you say. Well, that surely won't do. That surely will not do. That is an impure node of copper. I don't want to waste any of it. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a little overclocking. I don't want to use too many of our sluggos, but this is of top importance right now. We're going to grab a power shard here. We're going to come over to our constructor, plop that bad boy in there. I think we can overclock this to 125%. Yep. 30 copper ingots to make 15 copper sheets per minute. Then we're just gonna send it a little over there. How's our power grid looking? Okay, pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. So yes, make me my copper sheets, please. Alright, in the meantime, what we're going to be doing as well, checking out the rest of the milestones here. Vehicular transport we don't need at the moment. Basic steel production might be the next thing on the list. Alright. Let's go gather those materials while we wait. Rotors are going to be a problem because I know we don't have enough. 50 modular frames. Yeah, we don't have 150 rotors. Oh. Alright. We're gonna... No, I have to keep the modular frames going. Shit, man. Okay, you know what? I can fix this. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to build a temporary thing here. Hook that up. And then what we're going to do is just feed this the material that it needs whenever it needs it. So feed that, feed that. And then that'll get us a little bit of the modular frames going at the same time. Or not modular frames, rotors. I'm dumb. Until then, let us get our concrete going. 500 concrete, okay. Pretty good. A little bit more, okay. How many iron plates do I have? Not a whole lot. Alright. Should go get some more of those. Boop, 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 boop. Cool. Okie dokie. So that guy's going to come back. And we are going to go set up a little platform right over here. Now, I want to keep it away from this. That's what I was afraid of. Whatever. It's alright. I can always just disassemble it all and reassemble it at a different point. Thank goodness for mass dismantle. Alright. So instead, what we're gonna do... There is a platform underneath there that is going to be incredibly annoying to deal with. Unless if we do that. Oop. 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so this is going to be where we are going to set up our first coal power plant. Now, our current power plant consists of 270 megawatts of power. Okay, that's a pretty decent amount. So, let's build some generators here. And if I can actually, you know, get in a decent position here. Oh, hello, Ada.
Interesting, most pioneers already had coal power set up by this point because they understood their responsibility to humanity. Adjusting pioneer attitude metrics. Reminder, coal-powered generators require coal.
Imagine that. Alright. And each of these coal generators can take make 75 megawatts per minute. So, if you guys press N, as in Nancy, on your keyboard, you can type in things to search for. So, like, iron. And it'll come up with a bunch of things. This search bar also acts as a calculator. So, 270, and divide that by 75. We only need about 3 of these guys. So these 3 coal generators are equivalent to all of the biomass generators we have at the current moment in time. But, of course, we need water and coal. Well, let me go check on all of our stuff over here. Like these guys. Yep, figured that would have had to be refilled. Oh, 20 more. If it weren't for the coal generators that we have to make and all this other stuff that we gotta make, we would be able to get steel production, but I digress. 102, okay. Let's go find some coal. Let's use our handy-dandy ore scanner. Find me coal, please. Oh. About 300 meters. 700 meters. And about 500 meters. Okay. Here we go. Black gold. That's what people used to call it. black gold. We got a normal node. We got a normal node. Is it only just these two nodes? Yeah, looks like it. So we got two normal nodes, which is alright, not bad. And if we're going to hook these guys up, I kind of want them facing this way. So there and there. Each of these are going to be giving us 60 coal per minute. Which we could merge together. We could merge these together and make it a 120 line. Yeah, 120 line of coal. That, while it would be nice to set up close by, fortunately, the universe does not see to that lightly. So to keep things uniform and looking nice, we're going to come over here, take this platform, and zoop it. Zoop it this way. It's about right here. Right here seems pretty good. Right. So, all we gotta do, just bring the coal all the way over here. We're gonna go about right there or so. Because I'll tell you the truth, I don't remember how much coal each of these things use. 15. Okay. So 15 coal per minute, right? We have 120. Divide it by 15. We have enough for 8 of these things. What? 3. Oh boy, we need more. Oh boy, we need more reinforced iron plates. Oh boy. Oh dear. Alright, give me a second here. I don't think we have enough iron plates here, guys. Nope. Absolutely not. Alright. So, here's what I'm going to do. Obviously, we don't need 8 at the moment. It would be nice to have 8. But, to give us a little bit of leeway, I'm only going to build half. I'm only going to build half of them. And what I'll do, we'll set up these guys. And then what we're going to do is we're going to utilize a thing that is known as the overflow method. where you take a splitter and you hook it up to machines like so. Oh, god damn it. Alright, as I was saying, you hook up splitters to machines just like this, and you connect them like so. Now, obviously, we're going to have to line this up. So it'll be about right here. Just like that. And then I would hook it up like that. If I had the reinforced iron plates to hook this up with. Is it 15 times 4 is 60. Actually, that works out perfectly. All right. All right, we got to hook these guys up to power sources, so that way we can actually hook them up to a power grid. Boing. Then, what we're going to do is we're going to take this line here. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit 8 coal generators on here anyway. That might be a problem later on. And what we're going to do is we're going to run a power line that connects the coal extractors and the water extractors to the main power grid. So that way, in case if the system goes down, we'll still be able to start up the power plant. Okay. Next is going to be the water. So, we take a look at our water extractors. I'm going to need more reinforced iron plates. God dang it. Oh, this is not good. This is not good at all. I'm going to have to completely redo some of these little factories here. Okay. Pause. Pause. Give. All right, we're good on those for now. All right, and start making more. God damn it. What if I were to actually switch this? How bad is this going to be? Oh! Yeah, that's bad. All right, never mind. Go back. Go back. 240 screws per minute. Jesus. Okay, bud. All right. Let's keep the rotor production up. Actually, the rotors will start backlogging as well, now that I think about it. All right. We can't make a whole lot. We can only make 2 of them. But that's okay. That's okay. Now the question is, how much water do these things take? 45 per minute. Alright. So, let's head on over and see if we can find a water source that is pretty close by. I already know where to go for that. It's gonna look a little weird. We're actually gonna come over to this little pond area right here. This water here is deep enough to hold the extractors.
That may indeed be water. Try submerging your arm. If it does not dissolve, that will narrow down the range of possibilities. Or you could just pipe it to a coal-powered generator and see what happens.
I think we're going to do that, Ada. So, we need 180 water per minute. And if we look inside the water extractors, each of these are able to produce 120 per minute. Okay. Well, let us get started then, shall we? So, another thing that I should mention that'll help save you guys a lot of time. Pipes share the same thing as belts, as everything else. You can have like a horizontal to vertical setting.
Fix-it pipelines can contain any fluid, including the water necessary for coal-powered generators. Note, water does not flow upwards by itself. While water extractors provide some lift, to truly defy gravity, consider the use of pipeline pumps.
All right. So yeah, like Ada said, you can't just go straight up walls with these things. The pumps do allow like I think it's like a 10-meter lift. So going from down here to up here is not going to be a problem at all. Okay? Trust me. And what we gotta do, of course, hook up power. And then, of course, bring it all the way back to the coal power plant. Or what is... I'm going to go ahead and call it a coal power plant. Yeah. This is our very first coal power plant. And I think it deserves the recognition. Wire's too long. It's okay. Guess we're just going to plop it down there and plop it right there. Cool. Then, to get everything started, all we got to do is just connect it from there to there. And, you know, maybe cut a couple of things off, turn a couple of things off. But let's get our water. Using our snazzy straight pipe method. Gonna need some more copper sheets here. Holy crap, that's expensive. Let's grab some more of those. Hell yeah. Does it bother you guys that I'm not building this as center? It's gonna bother a couple people, I know that for a fact. Okie dokie, here we are. So what we're gonna do... Alright, I'll deal with that later. We're going to send the pipe all the way down. Hook it up to here. At least for right now. Then, we're going to get our junctions. Hold control. And then line it up with that. Do that. Do that. And that. Then, just hook it all up. And there we go. That should be a fully functional coal power plant. Should be a fully functional coal power plant. So, let me do a couple of things real quick here. Let me cut off some of our factories. Figure out what happened over here. Oh, we just ran out of... Okay. We ran out of fuel. And, you know what? Now that we have the coal power plant up, we don't need this anymore. Yeah, we don't need this here anymore. So, kill it all. Get rid of all of it. Let's save on some resources. And just erase it while we can. Yeah. Yeah. All right. And now everything is broken. And we're not getting any production done. This is going to happen a lot. So, just bear with me a minute. So, we gotta temporarily add a couple of these things here. Do this. And then, fuse is gonna blow. Give me a minute. Alright, it's a little overkill, but one more. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, we don't have to worry about the water collectors filling up this pipe. This pipe is capable of holding 300 water per minute. And with those only producing 120, that's only 240 water per minute. We have plenty of room. But here comes the water. Slowly. Yeah. Yeah. We got water, guys. We got the sippy drink. It's gonna take a while to actually, you know, fill everything up, but well, that's fine. You see, it's going. So this is the entire concept of the overflow method that I was talking about. The water will come in, it'll get prioritized over here, it'll fill this up while still providing some this way. You know, you get split off into here, into there, into the fourth one, eventually filling this one completely, then the excess overflowing into this one, and then into that one, and into that one, and so on and so forth. But we aren't going to see any fluctuations in our power not until the coal makes its journey. And here it comes. Slowly trekking its way through the jungle. Being oversighted by Mr. Bean. Hello, Bean. Those are friendly creatures, by the way. They're pretty chill. You can actually hop on their backs. Boing. They're chill guys. We like Mr. Bean. Ow. So yeah, we gotta wait for the coal to make its way over here, and then start filling up all the generators. Until then, I need to go see how many reinforced iron plates we have. So that way I can see if I can upgrade the coal. Well, the rotors are backing up nicely, looks like. 15 extra? Eh. Could be better. Alright, I'm gonna hang out, wait for the coal for a minute, eat some food. I'll be right back. Here we go! Look at that power graph! 360 total megawatts that are going to be made. As soon as this system overflows itself and gets going. Well, not exactly 360, now that I think about it. Because as soon as this system gets going, we're cutting these off. So, 300 megawatts. It'll be 300 megawatts of power. As soon as everything gets going. Which is respectable. Not the best. And it will only continue to get better. It'll only continue to get better. As a matter of fact, I'm cutting it off now. There we go. So the graph is going to look like a roller coaster for a while, okay? Just know that it's going to look like a roller coaster for a little bit. But that's okay. Because at its lowest, we're making 150 megawatts, about half the power. That's okay. In fact, actually... Oh, all these are already set to Mark II. I don't have to worry about that. Yeah. We just got to start very, very, very slowly upgrading these to Mark II. Upgrading that to Mark II. And pretty much just all the belts to Mark II. But hey, that is continuous power. Done. I could make this go a little bit faster. Say, if I were to put down a couple of portable miners and, you know, put the coal in myself to where the overflow method catches up to itself. I could do that. I probably am going to do that, actually. Actually, I don't have to. Hold on. Get out! Get out of my inventory! Get out of my laboratory! There we go. And then that is just gonna go about its day. I can come back over here and just drop, you know, some in there, some in there, some in here, and then just let the overflow catch up. You know, it'll occasionally ask for one. Same thing over here. But now, the power should continuously fluctuate between 225 and 300. Which is good. Which is very, very good. Until then, let's hook up the rest of the grid. And see where we stand. We might not be able to hook up everything, though. We're certainly going to be saving on a little bit of power, considering that we don't have the constructors making all the fuel anymore. But we need iron up. We need copper up. And we certainly need our screw production up. That's the whole grid, I think. Yeah, it is. All right. Just now, this guy's out of commission, but that's fine. We don't need it anyway. What we do need is a lot of reinforced iron plates. So we're gonna do a little bit of a thing here, where we're just gonna throw in some iron plates, some screws, you know, just start feeding into this guy a little bit. And, you know, maybe just grabbing all of our screws and iron plates just so I can make some more reinforced iron sheets, because we're gonna need a lot of these things. And ooh, our current production of them is no bueno. All right, that ought to do the trick, at least for a little bit. This isn't going to be running at 100% efficiency, by the way. Let's just throw that guy in there. Yeah. It's not going to be running at 100% efficiency, but it'll still be something. It'll be giving us something. Maybe like an additional 7.5 reinforced iron plates a minute. And given what we have right now, we kind of need it. In the meantime, let's take a look at what else we can make here that doesn't require 150 rotors. All right, vehicular transport. What else we got? Blueprints that require steel, 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 steel. Fuck. All right, steel production though. Yeah, we gotta make some rotors. We gotta make some rotors. We gotta get steel production up and running. We need reinforced iron plates to finish the coal power plant. But rotors are gonna take screws, which I think I have a small stockpile of. Not really, because I'm using them to make reinforced iron plates. Alright. So another thing that we're probably going to have to do is expand. The factory must grow, after all. So, why not? Why not? Actually, in order to do that, I should be making these into plates. Because in order to grow the factory, we need to grow the power. With great power comes great production and mass production of factory parts. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of crafting in my current future, and I'll be back. Okie dokie. We're finally back. We got the rest of the motors. Or not motors, rotors.
Milestone reached. Coal and iron can be combined in the foundry to start steel production. Project part number 2, the versatile framework, can only be created via automation, not at a crafting bench. Delivering these to the space elevator is essential if we are going to complete phase 2 of project assembly and save the day. Fix It and humanity is relying on you.
Yeah. Okay. So now here's the thing. I really want to get into steel production. But we're going to come over here to the MAM, and I'm going to play this I'm going to gamble a little bit. Usable only once per hard drive. You can rescan the hard drive in hopes of getting a different kind of recipe. Problem with that is when you rescan it, you are stuck with the 2 recipes that are there. So, there is a steel recipe that I want, and I hope I can get it. 3, 2, 1. Oh, you bastard. Okay, well, yeah, these are two really... Well, that's what I get for gambling. Yeah, these 2 recipes are quite literally some of the worst recipes that you can possibly get. Bio-coal, basic iron ingots using limestone and iron in a foundry. It's... son of a bitch! Okay. We're just gonna pretend that that didn't happen. Alright, we're just gonna pretend that it didn't happen. We're gonna move on. And hope that, you know, we can get something better in the future. Alright. So yes, I did expand the coal. We are now at 7. Why is this fluctuating so much? Oh, because there's no water. Hold on. Wait. 45 times 7. Oh. Oh, that's a problem. Alright, hold up. We gotta expand a little bit. Whee! We gotta go make some more water extractors. these guys aren't cutting it. But unfortunately, we gotta make some more rotors. I don't have the screws to make it. Man. Yeah. We're definitely gonna have to redo some of our production lines. Because now that we have a lot more power, we can also expand on our production. Alright, I need... what do I need? Screws? Don't have a lot of them, but... and I think I needed... what was it? 20 rotors? I hope I have enough here. Ooh. That is sketchy. 17, 18, 19, 20. Haha. Okay. That's better. So, let's come back over this way. Get rid of this copper rock that's just here. Then... maybe not. Water isn't deep enough where I wanted it to be. It's okay. Yeah, you know what? It's fine. We'll just do that. That's... then... over here. Give you guys some power. And then get you guys moving along. Put you there. This might not reach. Oh, it did. Let's go. Oh, we need more sheets. Damn, we almost made it. Alright. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. We don't really need this many. But just in case. This is also going to look like absolute dog shit. But now, there's going to be plenty of water to fill in the 4 of these. Because 45 times 4 is only 180. We knew that from earlier. And then there's only 3 of these guys here, which we can expand to a 4th one, but we don't need it. It's a good thing I spotted that problem before it became a problem. So yeah, that's going to shoot everything up to about 450 megawatts of power. And you can already see some of the plant is already turning on. Cool. Problem solved. Now we gotta worry about our production problem. How are we going to solve this production problem? Well, There's actually a number of ways we can go about it. Oh, it's 1500 wire? Holy shit. There's a couple of ways that we can go about doing this. And I think the one way we are going to handle it is mostly just taking everything that we did so far, dismantling it, and doing it all again. But first, let's get enhanced asset security.
Milestone reached. The Xeno Basher is a direct upgrade from the Xeno Zapper. In the words of the engineer that first developed this tool, quote, "The Zapper kind of electrocutes things, the Basher straight up smacks stuff, while also electrocuting them," unquote. It is beneficial during encounters with aggressive fauna and has been tested thoroughly. The engineer's noble sacrifice for Xeno research will not be forgotten, whoever they were.
Hell yeah. So now we basically have an electro sword, which is cool. And it does more damage too. So that's nice. Okay. I think what I'm gonna go do now, actually, is I'm gonna go ahead and dismantle everything. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and redo a lot of this. So, you know, we have everything that we have so far, right? So this is quite literally everything we own. Okay? There are 2 more iron nodes, there and there, that are close by. There's one right there. Okay, there's a copper node down that way. And if we want to come over... Oh, interesting. It's not like a free cam. You can only go a specific distance away from the player. Interesting. I did not know that. So anyway, what I'm thinking of doing is utilizing this iron node here, which is a pure node. Okay, that's good. And then this iron node right over here, which is impure. Ew. Okay, maybe not that one. So we have another pure node that we can access, which is good. Wonder... Yes, there is one right here. What is this? Pure? Normal. We can do that. We could work with normal. The desert is so full of iron, it's really difficult sometimes to know what to do with it all. However, we come right over here. There are 3 iron nodes literally right next to each other. One here. One here. And there was one more somewhere else. That one, that one. Oh, that one. Right over there. Right. Because we're going to be using these 3 nodes here, because there are 3 coal nodes right there. And I'm pretty sure they're normal nodes too. If we can get 3 normal iron nodes and 3 normal coal nodes, that's a pretty balanced starter steel factory, if you ask me. That's pretty balanced. Let me check this guy. This guy's pure! Even better! Okay. What are we looking at in terms of the coal? Normal. Normal. Ooh. Normal. Haha. Hell yeah. Okay. Bear with me just a second. You were able to get this slug without breaking this rock. It looks like they passed it though. Damn. Alright, well. Let's get some boyos on these guys. Line them up nice and pretty with the world grid. And let's see here. I'm gonna need 4 more of these guys. Locals aren't happy, but I don't care. Thanks for calling me out, Fix It. Appreciate it. Alright, these iron nodes are a little ways away. Goodbye, little piggy. Yeah, these ore nodes are a tad bit further away than I want them to be, but whatever. Hey! No! Bad piggy. Alright. So with those all set up, how does my concrete looking pretty good? Alright. Let's get some platforms over here. We got 60 iron per minute incoming. Alright. Looking pretty solid if you ask me. While I would like to set these up on a 120 belt, I think we're just going to go ahead and do 260 belts. Then let's see here. Where are we gonna land in terms of the other guys? I guess we can go ahead and get things moving. Yeah, right about here. Yeah. I can work with this. Alright, so let's fix this guy. I'm only gonna have him... I'm only gonna have this guy come out 60 per minute. Then we gotta come back out this way. Like that. Come pick up the rest of the iron. I really like the straight feature for doing things like this. Because it just makes it so where it's really, really hard to mess up the alignment it keeps everything nice and uniform, nice and straight. That's why it's called the straight feature, you dummy. Best part, it's out of the way of the piggoos. Aw, and we're missing iron plates. Alright. That's fine. One moment, please. Okie dokie. Quick little pit stop. I also brought some power over, so now everything is powered. And bringing in the goodies. And I also brought over a couple of power shards. You'll see why in a minute. So, we need foundries. I need modular frames as well. That was the one thing I did not get. Alright, after that embarrassment, we need to make 3 foundries. 1, 2, 3. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna set them each to do steel. And we're gonna overclock them just by a little bit. So that way each of them is going to take in 60 iron and 60 coal each. Because working in numbers of 60 is so much better than working in numbers of 45. And yes, you can just go ahead and use Command C and Command V to copy and paste settings in between each of your machines to make things just a little bit easier and faster rather than going in here, copy settings, paste settings. It's too tedious. Work smarter, not harder. So, of course, we are going to use... No, we can't use the overflow method. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing over here. Alright, let's just expand these out. Let's get these guys over here. And over here. And then this guy is going to come over this way into here. Okay, then what we gotta do is bring in the coal. So let's grab this guy. Set him up like that. That. Bring you over this way. Set you up right there. And you, good sir, are gonna rest right there. And then come over this way. Or not. Up here, go right there. No clipping! No clipping. Clipping looks ugly. There shall be no clipping in my factory. Alright. So now we can bring over all the coal. Then set these guys up to go uppies. Alright, listen, it's not going to look the greatest. This guy actually doesn't even need to go down all that far. I could just connect him right there. Wait, right there. Again, starter factory. It's not going to look pretty. But you guys get the general concept now. Bring that down. Bring that down. Now, we have steel. As soon as the coal decides to get here. While we're waiting for that, though, we can proceed. So, with the steel, there's a bunch of things that we can do with it. We can make beams, steel beams, at 15 per minute for 60 steel. That sucks. Or we can make pipes for a 40 to 60 ratio. That really sucks. Like, my god, that ratio is so bad. So, let's set all of this up now. We got a splitter. Set this guy up to do pipes. Pipes. You are going to be set up to make beams. And then, of course, we're going to store them all. Bring some power over here. Nice. Now we have steel pipes and steel beams incoming. Yeah, they are. At only 15 per minute. God damn it. Alright, in the meantime, what we're going to do is we are going to have this produce steel beams as well. Then we're going to expand on this a little bit more later on. Because if we look, if I had the rotors to make a freaking assembler, the versatile frameworks require steel beams, modular frames. 2.5 modular frames and steel beams to make the versatile framework. So we have to have our modular frame system online, and we also need steel beams. But you know, a 60 to 60 ratio. Or a 60 to 15 ratio when this over here needs 30. Ugh, it's really... I hate I hate steel beams so much. They're so bad. I hate them. All right. So here is what's going down. We gotta make sure we gotta collect a lot of these because steel beams and pipes are needed for a lot of unlocking. So I'm gonna go investigate a couple of things real quick. And then I'll come back and pick up some stuff so we can advance a little bit more. But I know one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go dismantle those crash sites that I visited previously. Just so I can collect the materials. Okay. While we're waiting, let's do some research. Hello, Ada.
Research completed. Quartz crystal recipe unlocked. New quartz research available.
All right. So let's see here. I need some crystals. Not enough space in inventory. Oh, you're right, because I have a lot of crap in my inventory. Let's get rid of the ore. That'll work. Oh. It's just alright, you know what? No. We're throwing a couple of boys down. Alright, you're making crystals. And you're making silica. I'm not doing this by hand. Nah. Not happening. Not working out. Not happening. So yeah, I went and picked up some quartz. I want to advance this tree a little bit. It's not gonna be everything in the world. Like, we can unlock the crystal oscillator. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh, no, rebar. I can make rebar. Rebar is actually super, super easy to make in the equipment shop. And we just gotta listen to clicking for, you know, a couple 150 times. We can get shatter rebar. And we can also unlock the crystal oscillators. I also picked up another hard drive off of the one on the cliffside that I had to abandon because I didn't have the materials to unlock it. It was steel beams, by the way. So pick that up. We have another hard drive to check out. And this is going excruciatingly slow. So much so, I don't think we're going to have enough crystal to unlock the oscillators. What's going on here? Because it's a 5-to-3 ratio. What the heck? We need 100 crystals? That's dumb. Oh, oof. It's kind of close. I mean, yeah, we're gonna have 10. 10 crystals in here, but oh boy, was that close. Alright. Well. Crystal Oscillator. And the Shadow Rebar. We're going to get the Shadow Rebar right now, because we can't make the Crystal Oscillators.
Shatter rebar unlocked. These quartz-infused rebars fracture when fired, launching deadly debris in a wide spread. Fix-It does not condone the use of such violent methods, so make sure there are no witnesses.
No witnesses. No witnesses shall bear. Okay. One more thing that I wanted to do while we were waiting for the what's it called? The steel. One more thing I wanted to do. I'm gonna have to yoink some power coming off of our water extractors over here. So, with that there, then we're gonna take this line and we're gonna come all the way over here. You'll see why in a second. So you remember how I was telling you guys about the ladder? How you could just slap it up against a wall and ascend? Yeah. So you can do dumb shit like this. And then dismantle it later on. Of course, I would recommend putting a way back down. Otherwise, there is a good chance that you will die. But come over here and we kill... Smack this guy on the ass a couple times. There is a Caterium node up here. And I wanted to extract it. So, let's get a miner up here. Gotta mess with the floor a little bit, because this is going to be really weird. It's going to be really weird compared to the rest of the area. That's okay. So, bring the power up here. This is literally just going to be a temporary area. Okay. 60 Caterium per minute. So, by this point, guys, I really shouldn't have to explain basic onboarding stuff like this. Oh, 45. What the hell? 33. Is it like 66.666%? It is. Okay. That's great. Copy, paste. But yeah, I shouldn't have to explain basic onboarding stuff like this. You know to feed the ores into the smelters. and you know what to do from there. The only difference is Caterium... Ooh, that voice crack. Caterium is something that we really don't have a whole lot of. So we need 50 Caterium ingots right now to get Caterium wire. And then Caterium wire will unlock literally the rest of the tree. So it would not hurt to set up a crafting bench and a workshop here as well. Because I feel like we're going to need it. 10, 21. But yeah. There's also a whole bunch of like treasures and stuff, like really important stuff up here. But there is a bit of a problem with up here. See that green rock right there? That's a spicy rock. It's a nuke. It's uranium. It's not actually a nuke, but it's used for nuclear stuff. It's a nuke. You can traverse up here, and you can walk by it, but if you stay too close to the uranium for too long, it will start to kill you. And then some of the the animals are also infused with nuclear radiation. Like, why? Why is this a thing? Spicy! It's so spicy! Go away! Stop it! Oh my god, no! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! No! Oh god, they're following me! Go away! So yeah. It's super dangerous up here. So why am I up here? Because it's fun, and I want to get some stuff while I'm up here. What do you take? Oh. Plus there's some good loot up here. We're just gonna run around and, you know, avoid literally everything up here. Because everything up here wants to kill me. And I can't blame it. You're typically not supposed to actually be able to get up here for a while. At least not until you get other means of transportation. As to not spoil anything. Oh yeah, there's water. There's a lot of water up here. There's tons of flora. The waterfall. Enemies galore, including the spicy pigs. Spicy pigs, there's spitters. And surprisingly, a lot of resources up here, too. There's that little guy that we can't get. Slugs galore up here as well, which is nice. We're going to want to come up here eventually to, you know, collect some of these things. But, as you can see, a lot of them are, pretty protected. Pretty well protected, if you ask me. Ooh, that's expensive. Just take the things, just take the things, just take the things, just take the things. Take the things and run. Take the things and run. Take the things and run. Ah! It's a cliff. No, 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 no. Oh shit. I am lay dead.
I wish to encourage you to make better choices.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Ada. All right, I gotta go get my stuff back, which is currently up on that cliff. So I'll be right back. All right, got my stuff. We're back here to research Caterium. Caterium wire. It's the next step on our list. Boom. Quick wire.
Research
That's what it's
completed.
called.
Quickwire recipe unlocked. New Caterium research available.
All right, let's hook these guys up. And let's get a constructor set up. So that way we can start making quick wire. All right, we gotta move these guys up a little bit here. So that way I can do that, do that, do that. And then steal some power from here, put there, and there. Hell yeah. Clear out my inventory a little bit. Boop. And yes, I also already had some quick wire. I picked it up when we were up in Death Valley over there. Alright, then we're just gonna go ahead and store all of it. Caterium. Electronics. Boom.
New Caterium research options available. Congratulations on finding this metal. Many Fix-It initiatives will benefit from Caterium's applicability in advanced engineering. Also, it is probably not sentient, and so unlikely to feel pain as we exploit it.
Well, that's good. Alright, so now we have access to zip lines, stun rebar, and Mark II power poles. This is the reason why we're going down the Caterium line so badly, because I am so sick and tired of Mark I power poles. They're so annoying. Alright. So let's gather everything that we got so far. And let's oh, we can't. No! Alright. Zip lines are actually also really, really cool to have.
Zipline unlocked. When equipped, the zipline facilitates travel along power lines, regardless of whether the line is powered. Note: based on previous Pioneer events, Fix-It recommends not using ziplines during thunderstorms and typhoons, or while drinking coffee.
Oh yeah. So yeah, these things are cool. Watch this. They're a little finicky. But yeah, basically you can travel along zip lines. And if you hold shift, you'll go faster. And if you get good with it, you can bounce between zip lines or between power lines, and you can travel vast distances very quickly. All right, so we are going to have to wait for more quick wire. So in that case, we're going to throw a hard drive in here. And we are going to zip our way back to our steel factory. But yeah, it's usually good to like look in the opposite direction and then maneuver your way back. Yeah, you can see how cool this is, right? It's so fun. I love doing this. Whee! And believe it or not, it's faster than sprint jumping. And yes, this was the reason why I set up these power lines the way that I did. Right, here we are. Let's pick up some steel. Why don't we? 1,000 steel beams. And 1,000 pipes. Why not? Alright. Let's hook it up to... Or let's not hook it up. What are we hooking up? We're not hooking up anything. We're heading back to the hub. The other H word. We're headed back to the hub so that way we can go start our next bit of research. What that bit of research is going to be, well, we'll figure that out when we get there. Zoom. Thank God there's no momentum damage. There's only fall damage, because, oh boy, that would be not good. Alright. Vehicular transport would be nice, but we don't need it at the moment. Tier 4. Logistics. Mark 3. That's a lot of reinforced iron plates, though. Ooh. Advanced steel production. If it weren't for the 200 rotors, we might be able to do this. Because that'll give us the automated wiring and the encased industrial beams. Let's see here, though. We need advanced steel production in order to get the hypertubes and the expanded power infrastructure. Ooh. Alright, I guess we don't really have a choice anymore. I mean, yeah, we can put the iron plates, the cables. I'm pretty sure I set the modular frames to be constructing again, didn't I? Oh, shit. Overshot that. Oop. Yeah, I did. And that's all I set up to be doing. Like, how many rotors do we have? It's not gonna be... There's no way we came up with 100 already. Oh, we did. Oh! Okay. Well, that's that. I guess. Does it have to be Does it have to be vehicular transport? Oh, it took our stuff. You bastard. Alright. Tier 3 complete!
Milestone reached. Tractors permit pioneers to move around the world in a manner similar to using legs, except with wheels and the rampant consumption of natural resources. They can also be automated to self-drive and deliver resources between truck stations, which in turn facilitate automation of loading, unloading, and refueling.
Yeah. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I am... No, not going to dismantle that. I'm going to make a couple of bins. Or at least a bin, I should say. So that way I can store all of the steel stuff that I picked up. I don't need this much fuel, or that, as a matter of fact. I have more stuff here I can throw into the awesome sink. Which, by the way, we got 58 tickets now. Some of the stuff that we picked up from up there was, like, super advanced. And that's going to give us a boost on a shopping spree. Alright, but... I think it's time... I think it's time that I update this area. So, let me go into photo mode here. Get a good long look at this area here. Get a good long look at it, guys. Because when I'm done, oh, this is going to look so different. So different. We're going to have so much more stuff. Alright, here we go. Alright, real quick, while I'm working on some stuff over there, I'm going to go ahead and actually activate Logistics Mark III here. Boom, boom, and boom. There's a couple of things in Logistics Mark III that I need at the moment.
Milestone reached. Improved storage containers and the conveyor belt Mark III provide the obviously necessary tools for improving your current setup. Production speed is of the essence after all. So work hard. Work as if every person you have ever or will ever love is depending solely on the choices that you make. Because they are. Warning. Fix-it psychologists recommend not dwelling on the crushing mental and physical strain of your responsibilities and simply continuing to be productive. Hard work has repeatedly proven to be the best cure for any kind of stress. Now back to work.
Alrighty, back to work we go. But yeah, I needed the Mark III belts to do certain things. So, yeah. Alright, back to work. We're back. And as you can see, everything has been kind of cleaned up. And I have centralized most everything. Yeah. Boy, oh boy, this took a little bit. But, as you can see, everything is centralized. It's kind of organized. Not really. But everything that we have been crafting up until this point is all right here, ready to go. So, I would say that is a job well done. Not necessarily, though. Unfortunately, we are running into a little bit of a problem. With all of these new machines and all of these new, items incoming, our power graph is not looking very good. Fortunately, I actually had, it's not looking, it's so bad to the point where, I pretty much had to completely cut off the steel factory. So we have no steel being produced anywhere in the world right now. But that's okay. That's okay, because we did have a stockpile right over here. And it should, keyword on should be enough to keep going with all of our production and everything. So we're just gonna take a couple of these couple of these. And let's get started on unlocking some stuff. Advanced steel production is the next thing on our list. Unfortunately, I didn't bring the concrete over. In order to get concrete, I still got to go all the way over here to the little coal power plant and pick up the concrete by myself. Sorry, I needed a little bit more anyway, because I was all of these platforms. Ugh, building all these platforms has been a pain in the ass. But 500 concrete, 100 steel pipes. Then we gotta come over this way, pick up 200 rotors and 100 modular frames. All right, let's go plug this in. And this is going to get us the Mark II miners, encased industrial beams, stators, motors, and automated wiring. Boop, boop, blip, blip. And off it goes. Woohoo!
Milestone reached. The Miner Mark II allows extraction of resources from nature to fix it at twice the speed of the Mark I model. Miners can be directly upgraded to Mark II without removing the Mark I model, just like conveyor belts and other upgradable infrastructure.
Woohoo!
Unfortunately, setting up the production of advanced steel parts and project part number 3, automated wiring, will not be as easy. Every moment you delay reduces the chances of saving humanity. I will not show you the predictions, it would only demotivate you.
Yeah, that's no bueno. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. Alright, but with that, we now have everything that we need in order to advance into the next stage. And now that I think about it, I probably should have. Oh God, I'm actually an idiot. I probably should have unlocked the Mark II miners before I completely reconstructed everything. Because now we have the capabilities of obtaining even more resources from the already existing miners. And yeah, this entire thing is gonna have to change again. Oh, oh crap. I mean, we don't necessarily have to do it. We don't have to do it. You know, we can just leave this as it is right now. It's not that important right now. What is important, however, is our freaking power situation. It's not good. Luckily for me, I have this map, at least the desert map, practically memorized at this point. Over here, in this little corner of the desert, where it's blacked out, we haven't explored it yet, there are 3 coal nodes over there. And it's right next to a gigantic water source. So, am I going to be seeing a new power plant in the makes? Yes, I am. But before we can get into that, I kind of want to go ahead and unlock a lot more of the stuff here. Most notably, I want to unlock the expanded power infrastructure, which unlock the power towers and the batteries. In order to do that, however, we got to make some encased industrial beams. So let's zipline our way over to the steel factory and go set that up. Most of it is already done, because you remember when we first made the steel factory, I left that one extra steel beam processor, the steel beam foundry, right? That is going to be what we are going to be making our encased industrial beams out of. So, oh, I need some portable miners. Let me make that real quick. I should probably also stock up on these guys, because upgrading all of our current miners is a little challenging. Actually, you know what? I should probably do that with all of the miners over here in the steel factory. Yeah, I'm gonna do that real fast. Alright, I gotta be careful because I only have a certain amount of modular frames. Alright, wow, so we're getting 120 per minute now. Same thing here, 120. Ah! Alright, I'm gonna need to go get some more reinforced iron plates. Wow, I blew through 200, like, almost 300 reinforced iron plates just like that. That's insane. Alright. In that case, then we gotta let our, stockpile reform itself. I need 6 more modular frames. Well, luckily I could just make them. Ah. We really need to find some of the secret recipes. Or the extra recipes. Yeah, alright. 120 coal per minute. That's a lot of coal. That's a lot of coal, but you know what? It's a good amount of coal. Alright. Let me take these guys. And we're gonna go ahead and empty these guys out. So that way we can fix our steel plant here. Because now, all of these belts are bringing in 120 materials per minute. So obviously, numbers are going to change. Oh. My inventory is full of crap. Screw the steel, do that, big cable. Alright. Let's see here. What can we do? Foundries. 45. Alright. Does 120 get divided by 45? No, it does not. $67.5. Nope. What is it? 130. 3.3. Yeah, okay. So pretty much it's just going to be two foundries going at 60 materials each. So let's hook all of that up. I'm gonna have to change this to match that. There we go. Then we hook that up to there. Then, of course, as soon as I get the reinforced iron plates, you know, this will be one part done. So these are now making 60 iron or 60 steel per minute. God damn, I can't even work on this because I don't have any reinforced iron plates. Good lord. So yeah, I gotta go get more of those. You know what? Actually, this video is probably going to be over an hour long already, and I greatly apologize about that. I got carried away doing all the steel stuff. Progress is so big. There's a lot of progress going on. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and cut myself off right now, and I'm going to go ahead and call the episode here. We'll go into more steel, advanced steel production and stuff like that in the next episode. Don't worry. We're going to be doing a couple episodes on steel and then venture outward. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Make sure to leave a like and, of course, give me a sub if you guys want to see some more Satisfactory playthrough. Make sure to go follow my other socials as well. I'm actually going to be streaming Expedition 33 over on Twitch. So come check me out and come hang out in the chat. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.